Hello and welcome to The Philosopher of Secrets. In this edition, I want to address the future of human experience. Our prehistory, our experience was very straightforward. It was very blunt. Our existence was that of survival. It was a challenge of murder, deception, fornication, which eventually bloomed beautiful paintings and beautiful works of art, beautiful beads. And these revolutions in human consciousness that took place around 100,000 years ago, 70,000 years ago, 50. They were the early beginnings of human consciousness realizing that there's more than the actual world. There are the worlds that we can create through imagination. And the history of art is the record of that imagination. It's found in music, in paintings, in sculpture, and in modern times it's found most often in what we call amusement. After Edison and so on, we developed film, where an affluent society could find time for entertainment, could find time where they didn't have to think, where they could live in different worlds. Brought us different worlds. But there's a new stage happening right now. It's the stage of video games. And this is leading us into a whole new conception of art, conception of virtual reality. Because now we are creators. All of us. We are no longer the amused, we are muses. Like the oracle at Delphi in Greece, who was actually thought to be under the influence of gases from underground that were mind-altering. That kind of mind alteration. We can alter our minds from our own creations. And the creative process is itself mind altering. And that's the revelation of humanism, that we are more than a product of evolution. We are the force of evolution embodied. We are evolution's mind made flesh. And the future of video games is the future of our consciousness. The Matrix is a great movie and it's a great story, but it raises questions that we must now face and increasingly consider with much more seriousness. Do we live in the real world? Or do we enter another world in which there's a whole different set of rules, a whole different set of boundaries and non-boundaries, where we can cross lines that we never crossed in the real world? Video games provide this form in which we are creating worlds. We're participating in worlds. And as far as our science tells us, quantum physics, it's not entirely clear that the things we imagine are just that. It's not clear that they're just our imagination. It could be that we are tapping into alternate dimensions that exist. And so imagination is not a creative device, it's a exploratory device. It's exploring things that are there. And when I think about philosophy and virtual reality, I don't see why we shouldn't consider video games as gateways to alternate worlds. And as they become increasingly popular in our society, we're going to have to ask ourselves very difficult questions. And I think our answers should be, let us enter these realms. In the next 100 years, 200 years, we will be able to genetically alter ourselves. We will be able to improve ourselves. No kids will be born with a defective nose or defective ears. Parents will be able to choose the physical makeup of their children. This will help us avoid many problems, self-esteem and inadequacy, as we are increasingly held to a standard that is completely fabricated through the internet. But I still don't think our invitation of the ideal, Plato's ideal, the invitation of that into our actual reality, I still don't think it will be sufficient to achieve that goal. I think the future will hold a kind of melding of these two goals of self-improvement, of human enhancement. We will increasingly enhance our capabilities in the real world, implanting the internet in our brains, updating our bodies, birthing them in a much better condition, increasing our lifespans. But despite all that, there will still be reasons that we will loathe reality, that we will loathe the rat race of making money and then dying. And that's why my thesis here is that video games are the harbinger. They're the harbinger of the future. The Matrix is the future. And I'm not sure how it will come to take shape, but I am sure that I believe in moving into a different world, because every philosopher believes in the representational theory of perception. That the world is conditioned by our perceiving devices. Since Kant, everyone has accepted this. Our mind shapes the way we view the world, and the world, as we have evolved in it, has shaped the way we come to perceive it. But entering virtual worlds offers us a whole new way of transcending our limitations. And I say we do so. I say we find a way to incapacitate ourselves in an actual world and create an automatic process where we can hook up to the Matrix, where we can live and die in dream worlds. Why not? Why not? If religious people are true to their doctrines, to their creeds, they should embrace it as well, because that's what it is. It affects worlds of beauty, worlds of ethics, worlds of goodness and justice, worlds where evil exists only to be overcome. Experiencing those worlds will increasingly inform us about what is knowable about this world. And I say we enter those worlds. I say we embrace it now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of reflective, but the future is virtual reality.